Adam, he's right on time. What a G. How you doing? Well, we got a few more people than a few weeks ago. Any questions? Let's chat. Salam Sayed, how you doing? Adam, these guys are weekly here every week. I love it. Adam, tell me what's going on. What's the business saying? What progress have you made? Tell me what progress you've made. Who else is here? Let's chat. Anything sales, sales team related, sales management. I am here to serve. 30 minutes of service. I had a sickness and I lost my voice, so I didn't do a transcript like I said. Not a problem. What did you do with your time instead when you weren't sick? Got a good lighting set up today. Look at that. We got the lighting. We got everything set up properly. Well, if you're not, then there's no update. Then you got to give me an update next time. I just feel tired of trying, Oh man, don't give me that. If you feel tired already at your age, how are you going to survive to 30? On our sales tracker, we don't count unqualified calls. Like if we take 10 calls and 5 are qualified, just put a column in and say how many calls you're getting that are unqualified. Because then if you get a high amount of unqualified calls, then you need to change your marketing. So whatever you're doing to get those calls in, that data will give you answers on how you can change your behavior. I wanted to ask, because I need money quick, do I just take a sales job? Sales isn't quick money. People who try to sell you a sales course will tell you it's quick money. They will tell you, here, this is how much money you can make, how fast you can make it. It's one of the quickest ways to make money. But if your goal is just to make quick money, you got to put in the graft and learn. So, and also I'll just say, if you're struggling on your own sales calls and now you're selling for somebody else, you might not get the best results straight away. What do you think you're better, pay per result or retainer? I think in the beginning, you should do pay per result. So then you're forced to get results for people. And then as you get better, you do retainers. Yeah, focus on your own thing. Unless you want a job and you need the skills. There's nothing wrong with getting a job. By the way, all of my 20s, I worked for someone. So I worked at a job. The only reason why I became skilled was because I got all the skill development whilst having a job. Excuse me. Long day, 6 o'clock here in Dubai already. And my last call finishes at 11 p.m. today. So I've got a long shift. I'll go over my own calls and improve and see what I can do. That's all you can do. All you can do is improve. Look, you're investing in yourself, you're showing up, you're learning. So keep grafting, keep doing that. Keep doing. Let me ask you, Adam. If you saw your business as like an equation and you thought, what inputs do I need and what output is it going to get me? Tell me what that is. I need to do X so I can get X. Tell me what that is. I listened to your posting on LinkedIn advice, and all my inbound are unqualified. So how do you reckon I fix this? Tell me what you were doing on LinkedIn. Because are you messaging them? Are you posting? Are they messaging you? How many sales calls have you taken in your life, Adam? Give me the number on how many you think you've done. $40, bro. 40 calls. Like, try at least 500 calls. Nothing happens in 40 calls. I think I did at least. This is not a joke. In one of my first jobs when I was 17, 18, I was doing 300 dials a day. I would speak to at least 50, 60 people a day, for a year and a half. I posted things that should resonate with accountants, and they messaged me. They are all Indian outsourcing firms, which I don't count as qualified. So I take them for a sake. So then, yeah, if you know they're not your ICP, don't take it for the sake of it. Add in some sort of qualification. And if you are getting a lot of them, and that's all you're getting, see if there's something that you can sell them. Have you asked a lot of these outsourcing firms what they would buy from you? What do they think they would get from you? Why are they jumping onto the call? It's practice, but you want legit practice. You want to practice is when you're practicing with people who have intent to buy. Yes, it is a lot of volume, Adam. You're telling me that you're tired after 40 calls. Come on, G. What? If you're tired after 40 calls, I don't know. I ain't got no advice for you. There's no shortcuts. The long road is the shortcut. They do want lead gen, but they hear my price and start crying. I accidentally pitched like $500 by accident, and they went mental. They don't even like spending, but their service is what they need. Do they have money? How much money do these guys make? You want to sell them $500. What kind of money are they making? Answer me this question. What kind of money are they making already when you ask them on the sales call? And how much more money would they make if they used your system, if they got your leads? Do you know, I'll give you a secret as well, Sid. Do you know why I don't tell people I can get them leads? Because I can definitely sell marketing agency services if I wanted to. Because getting leads in the beginning was never my skill. So I could not sell something that I couldn't do for myself. The reason why I started training sales teams and why I opened my business for that was because that's what I was good at. And that's what I used to do. So the only thing I did in the simplest way was just do more what I was already doing and do it for other people. One sec, I'm gonna get a Monster in a sec. I'm gonna get an energy drink. Most said they make 5 to 10K within 3 months. So they make about 2-3 grand a month. Yeah, your numbers are quite vague. 5 to 10K. Sayed, have you made someone money before? Have you had results before, or is that something new to you? I can get leads and stuff for myself. Yeah, the sales part, you just got to keep doing the sales calls. There's a rule in sales, Adam, called regression of the mean. I want you to Google it. It's called regression of the mean. And that is, there's a law of averages. And normally when you work with a salesperson, the law of averages says in their first 50 sales calls, they'll start to get okay. The first 20, they close hardly any. The first 40, they close hardly any. Then the last 10 or 15 calls, they seem to close way more. And then the rule of averages is it averages out. I worked with a friend. He does social media clipping, and he earned money with my niche. Nah. Clipping makes money. I know a lot of these clippers, and they make a crazy amount of money. I don't know much about clipping. No one's doing my clipping at the moment. People message me about clipping all the time. I want you to get something out of this chat today. You've got to come up with a business that you know that you can do, get results. I would say to both of you, this is probably not the answer that you might want to hear, but what worked for me was getting a job. I got a job and I got paid consistent income, 2, 3, 4 grand a month. And then I learned skills and I got paid at the same time. Currently, you guys are learning and you're trying to get results for people. But like if you ended up even getting sales, you wouldn't know much about hiring, managing people. The next stage would get stuck at. And when you learn it all by working for a business, you honestly you would just save so much money, and time as well. How many jobs have you applied for if a job is hard? So getting a job itself is crazy hard. How many jobs have you applied for? I remember when I was 22, 23, I was looking for a job. And I think I'd apply for every single day, I'd apply for about 150 jobs every day until I got a job. Danny, what's going on? How are you? Where are you at the moment? Are you back home? I went a lot of places in real life and asked as well. Look, you're grafting, you're trying your best. There's definitely people that will take you on for a job. You just got to apply for enough jobs. Sid, would you say you're good at LinkedIn outreach? Is that your main skill that you're good at? Okay. How many messages could you send a day on a normal LinkedIn account? You can only do so many requests. Talk me through it. Tell me how it works. "40 requests a day and average 8 to 12 messages on my account and 6 to 8 on a setter." And then do you post content as well, Sayed? I'm going back to the UK. Where do most deals actually fall apart in your pipeline? In mine specifically, to be honest with you, I've been doing the sales for mine at the moment. We've got an appointment setter, and it's usually my fault. It's usually like when I'm not following up and I get busy, I don't do enough follow-ups. That's usually my biggest problem. But I don't have a crazy amount of sales calls. I do like 5 or 6 a week at the moment. I post content daily, and my setters repost my content. Sid, I think you just need to keep going. It sounds like you're doing the right stuff. You just need to keep refining and keep grafting and keep doing it. Like, look at my YouTube channel. I've been posting for 2 years, and it just takes time. It just takes time to keep growing. And you can never get deflated. Look, I've been running my YouTube for 2 years. There's only 5 people on this live. I am not one bit deflated. Like, I'll give it the same energy if it was 1, if it was 1,000,000. That's how you've got to treat it. And most people can't do that. I'm gonna go get a drink. 1 sec. should not be having these monster drinks. They're not good for you. Go on, grafters. I want to hear how hard you guys are working. Not that I did 40 sales calls and I got tired. Oh, God, I feel tired listening to that. Adam, just to let you know, if you get tired from doing 40 sales calls and you feel like it's that hard, you wouldn't even make a good employee. Like I wouldn't even hire someone that used the word tired. I'm not joking. If someone used the word tired in my business, I just wouldn't hire them. It would not make sense. Everyone on my team, they graft. You gotta be willing to graft. Nothing comes easy. I'm not one of those people who's had it easy. You just gotta be willing to graft all the time, relentlessly. Otherwise, you fall to the bottom of the barrel. If you're not willing to graft, nothing happens. I hire first on culture fit. So the first thing I look for is someone a good culture fit? Would I go for dinner with this person? Then I hire on skills. And because we're overall a small business, there's not a crazy amount of staff. We can't hire someone if they don't have skills and the right culture fit. As your company grows, you can hire people who aren't as skilled because you can train them up. My cold calling ABR is 0.4% after 3,000 calls. Should I try to get better at cold calls or just hire more LinkedIn setters? Which one gets you the most calls? Qualified calls. These white monsters are too tasty. LinkedIn is way better with call quality and show up. But there's a limit to how much you can do. That is true. I would say if LinkedIn is your platform, look, why not do this? Let's say you were going to work 9 till 7 p.m. You get up, do your LinkedIn messages first thing, then you move over to Instagram, do 100 messages on there, then you move over to the next platform and do it on there. That seems like the most logical way. That's what I used to do. You wouldn't just do one platform and stop. Like I'm running this video now on YouTube. We also do content on Instagram, also do content. We're going to start posting on LinkedIn. Like, you want to be everywhere. For someone new like me, is AI a good place to practice a sales call if you don't really have a real client? This is a good question. Given you can practice on AI, I just don't think it's as good yet on sales. Danny, I would get some sort of appointment setter job. So I would work as an appointment setter and get initial skills on appointment setting, and then just get good at that one skill first. Because most with online, you can either do setting, closing. Like most businesses will only hire you as a closer if you've got proven sales skills, and a lot of businesses would hire you as a setter in the beginning and train you up. So I would definitely go for an appointment setter first. And there's two different skills as well. One is very much built upon dialing and volume, and one's very much built on slowing down, listening to people. So Danny, I would get a job as an appointment setter. I know appointment setters making 3 to 5K a month, 6K a month. I wouldn't believe the crazy numbers that people say online, but you can make 3 to 5 grand as an appointment setter every month. Working remote, calling all day, I would definitely do that. Okay, we got a few more people live. I'm liking all the sales questions though. It's good. I like helping young guys. Thank you. Give it a go. Danny, a lot of people would hire you as an appointment setter. You just got to message people and you'll definitely get a role. How can I find an offer as an appointment setter with zero experience? Nada, one thing I would do is I would just message people, because by messaging people on who, think about this, Nada. First, message people who have a social media following, because then you know they'll probably have DMs. And then just say, hey, I'd love to work as an appointment setter for you. I'd be willing to do all this work. And then go on YouTube, learn some basic tactics about appointment setting, and eventually someone would hire you. Promise you, like, I hired my appointment setters in the past from cold DMs. I hired a LinkedIn guy from a cold DM. One guy just messaged me recently on LinkedIn, and I had a sales call with him straight away the next week. Do you think US or UK clients are easier to get? From my sales call, American people seem way more like spending money. Yeah, US guys, the culture there, they do tend to buy easier, but it makes no difference. I think if you can sell to your UK audience, you can sell to anyone, because they're some of the hardest people to sell to. Not as hard as Germans and some of those guys, but selling to a UK audience does build you really good sales skills. American is a bit easier, but I would say also, if in marketing, when they hear a British accent, it is more trusting as well towards US firms. Yeah, honestly, be set on one thing, and whatever you do, Sayed, whether you do UK or US, they're both going to feel hard. They're both going to feel whichever it is. Target US if you want, if you feel like that gives you a better opportunity, but stick at it for a very long time. All of this stuff, most people just give up too soon. I ran Facebook ads on a campaign for like a year and a half before I finally thought, like, okay, this is worth doing or not worth doing. You guys are grafters. I like it. You got to be willing to graft. It's the only thing you can do. Work all of your 20s. Don't do anything apart from graft in your 20s. And then work hard in your 30s. I think 40s, you're either someone who wants to be incredibly ambitious and keep going, or you can like have more balance within your family, because by the time you're in your 40s, you've got kids. And I know I can't put in the same hours of work as I can now than I can in 5-10 years' time. So to me, this is like the opportunity where I can put in the most amount of hours. Obviously, over time, you get more leverage on your time, so you find bigger opportunities. So even with less time, you make more. An example is 4 years ago, I made my first 10K in a month. I got this watch, by the way, when I made my first 10K. I learned the value of not buying material things, because the dopamine hit went straight after. But when you first graft, it's so hard to make your first 10K. Then it becomes easy to make your 100K. Then it becomes easy to make 500K in a month. That compounding skill, you just build it. And then you learn, okay, now I can buy companies and I can invest in way bigger things, and I make even more money than I used to. Curious to know how you think AI will affect an average guy. I think it will just affect everyone. Bro, in 3-4 years' time, there's going to be robots walking around. There's driverless taxis everywhere already. The world's going to change a lot. Everything will change. The average job will change. Would you recommend getting an appointment setter offer by DMing people or pay for a mentorship? Okay, Nada, here's what I would do. If you can verify that this mentorship is going to land you a role as a guarantee, and it's less than $1,500, $2,000, I would say maybe that's worth it. And they can guarantee you that they will land you a role and train you and develop you. Then it might be worth it. Because I'd rather invest in that than any other like academic education. But at the same time, if you feel like you don't need the knowledge and training, you can still get the role. If you did it through someone, you would just get it quicker. So you're just paying for the speed. But obviously, if you're struggling with money, if you've got the money, there's no better investment than investing in yourself. Absolutely no better. Like, it's easy for me to come on here. Look, all of you guys ask for help on your career sales training. I could easily say, hey guys, I'll sell you sales training. Here it is, two grand. I'll help you land a job. I don't do that anymore. I don't. I'm in a different phase. But a lot of guys do sell appointment setter training, and just verify that they're good. Be willing to spend on yourself. I just spent $9,000 to go to a 3-day event last week. It's just, and then I met another guy. Actually, I'll give you another crazy story. I spent $28,000 last year to go to a mastermind with Iman. And at that mastermind, I met the founder of Loom, who sold Loom for $975 million. And that led on to another thing. So the value of just spending and investing in yourself at every level is a massive win. I'm jumping off in 1 minute. But you guys keep showing up. I'm happy to support you on your careers, whatever you guys need. I'll come on every week. You have to be willing to just do the work, though. Like, I feel very lucky that I worked in a restaurant when I was from 14 to 19 years old. I worked in a restaurant every weekend. And I remember my feet hurting all the time after work. At the time, I hated it. And now I just feel so grateful. Do you know they used to make me dress in like that Indian shalwar kameez? They used to make me wear this really thick one and the hat. And they used to make me wear this fucking like Indian costume to go and work as a waiter. And I did that for 5 years. You just have to be willing to graft. I appreciate everyone. We'll keep smashing it. Whatever you're doing right now, just think, how can I do more of it and go harder? And just remember to just enjoy what you do. I'm not like a lot of these guys. You watch Alex Hormozi and these guys are telling you to just suffer, and you watch Tate, they tell you to suffer. Honestly, you have to smile and be happy through everything. Like, I work hard. I'll spend a lot of hours on this desk right here. I'll spend probably 14 hours on this desk today, but I will smile doing it. It will be painful, annoying, but every time I feel grateful, and you just have to feel grateful. And I used to feel grateful from the very start. Right? Appreciate everyone. Signing off. Catch you later.